Good evening. My name is Silas Taylor. My journey to higher education is a long and winding road. That road started in Maryland, in the small community of Germantown. I was born to John, a chef, and Betsy, a wedding singer and legal secretary. I was born 3 years after Patrick, my older brother. But it wasn't long after that my mother discovered the painful truth that my father was battling not only alcoholism, but a severe drug addiction as well. My father couldn't find the strength to battle the disease in the way that was best for our family, and so the divorce papers were signed before I could learn to walk. My mother continued working 2 jobs, but the debt of divorce left us struggling. I didn't see her as much as I would have liked, but I was surrounded by a ton of family and friends who helped raise me and let me eat as much pizza and ice cream as my little heart desired. My brother, on the other hand, was having severe behavioral issues, ranging from deep depressions, irrational and violent outbursts, mixed with periods of extended happiness. After much professional consultation, my brother was diagnosed with a severe case of bipolar disorder, and, excuse me, and he was admitted to a full-time mental hospital. The instability in my household impacted my performance in school greatly. My first year in high school was a disaster, and the second year was going no better. The stability and support that I needed at that time simply was not there. I fell through the cracks, and I dropped out. I soon found myself in a web that was spinning out of control. I was searching for jobs, working in offices, answering phones, doing any sort of general tasks that I could possibly do. It was not the life I had dreamed for myself. So I decided to study and earn my GED and come to the greatest city in the world where people can dream big. Now, I didn't arrive in this city empty-handed. I had 1 suitcase and a reservation for a tiny little room at the YMCA. I soon got a job working in the restaurant industry, and while it did help to pay the bills, there was a sense of emptiness. Simply having a GED in New York City was not going to be enough. So I turned to my trusty sidekick, Google.com, which guided me to the CUNY system, specifically to a school that told me I could start here and go anywhere. That school was BMCC. Now, when I arrived at BMCC, I had no SAT scores to show my ability in reading, writing, or mathematics, so I had to take a placement test upon my arrival. It was no surprise to me that I did fairly well in the reading and writing portions, but I did fairly awful in mathematics. Remedial math was not something I was looking forward to, but then again, Professor Sanford had never taught me before. Professor Sanford looked at his students on the first day and said that his goal was for us to pass his class and become a member of the Sanford family. I had never heard that word family in New York like that before, and no one had ever invited me into this educational family. Professor Sanford not only taught us, but he motivated us when we needed it. When I felt defeated for scoring a 54% on a test, he didn't make me feel unintelligent. Instead, he encouraged me to focus on the areas in which I did not do well. On the next test, when I got a 62%, I recall him ignoring that was a failing grade and simply saying, "There you go. You learned, and you will continue to learn." I proudly passed his departmental exam with a 96%, and I am now his Sanford family. By the end of my first semester, my confidence was boosted by my grades and my eligibility to apply for the Out in 2 scholarship, a scholarship for full-time students committed to getting their associate's degree in 2 years. Advisors Rick and Jonathan proudly accepted me into their cohort. Now, as donors, you have given a lot to BMCC, and you've given much more than money for scholarships. You are also teachers. You are teaching us a lot about giving, and we are learning to give back as well. While we may not have the finances to give right now, we do have the gift of service. So I am continuing to volunteer for the Trevor Project, the nation's leading suicide prevention organization for LGBT youth. Too many of our youths are gone too soon, like my friend Chad, and I want to ensure that in my lifetime, young people will not see suicide as a response to the difficult issues that we are facing. I will graduate from BMCC in 2 weeks, and I will continue my education at the John Jay College of Criminal Justice. One of the many things that I will take with me is the confidence that when my passion meets my education, there truly are no limits. I will take the good habits that I've cultivated at this school, and I will bring them to my next school. I will bring them with me beyond school, where I will help improve the lives of others on a daily basis. I will do it for you, Mom. Hi. I will do it for all single parents. I will do it for my brother. I will do it for everybody that is struggling with mental illness. I will do it for alcoholics, and I will do it for drug addicts. And I will do it for Chad and all the LGBT youth who are no longer with us. Thank you for being donors, mentors, and teachers. We are slowly following in your footsteps, but I promise you, we will get there. Thank you.